Hey friends, cool update to your ability to customize deal cards. So check this out. Here I am in my deals settings, under objects, deals, over here, and under record customization. And here, you can customize your sidebars and stuff. And you used to be able to here change the properties that would appear on the card in the deal board view, but this is moved to pipeline settings. Now, why would we do that? Well, it's because if you go to pipeline settings, here I am in my touchless sales pipeline, and we customize deal cards because we are only customizing the cards in the touchless sales pipeline. And if we change to one of my other pipelines, like my basic pipeline, now we are customizing the cards for the basic pipeline. Hey friends, we just got a whole bunch of new activity types you can log on your CRM records. So check this out. Here I am on a contact record, and we recently gave you the ability to change what buttons appear here. I only have email and phone call appearing, but there are a lot you can add, and we've added some new ones. So let's say you want to log an SMS message. You can't actually send an SMS message, but you can log a record of one that you have sent. We can also do LinkedIn messaging. We can also log a WhatsApp message. And that's all the space I have here, but we also have one additional one. You can log postal mail. And I love, it's a little thing, but I love that each of these have their own little, icon here. And you will see those appearing on your timeline here, not the icons, but just like this says call or deal activity, we could log an SMS message, right? Send a text, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And if we log it, we see logged in SMS. Hey friends, there's now a beta that lets you create fully custom goals. So check this out. Here I am on the goals page inside my settings, and this beta, I don't know if it's in the beta management thing. You have to find this little beta thing right here when you're on the goals page under tracking and analytics goals, and you can opt in or opt out here. I've already opted in, so I won't show you that. But then once you're opted in, when you click this create goal thing, you're gonna see this new additional step where you can create a goal from scratch, create from template. This new goals experience we introduced a few months ago, that you'll see that if you do this create from template. But check out this create from scratch flow. You can give it a name. I'm not gonna do that right now because that's the least interesting part. But you can set goals around calls, deals, meetings, or tickets. And deals, I just think this is so fun. Check this out. Let's set a goal based on deal amount. Let's set it on, you could do average, min, max, sum. Let's do average deal amount. Right? And tracking method, in this case, in this goal, higher value is better. Some goals, lower value might be better, but like if we did like days to close or something, but higher value is better, lower is worse. And then let's look at, close date, how about? And let's only look at our close one deals, right? And did I miss it? Okay, there. And we can look specifically at just new business, or we can look at new and existing business together. But whatever we do, we can see data preview, date range, year to date, how we are doing, right? And we can do this like for so many things, like days to close, right? How about average days to close? And lower is better, right? And we can still look at close date and close one if we wanted to. We could include close loss in here if we wanted, and we could again by deal type, right? There are just so many things. Look at all these properties, all these things you could do, and you can do average and min and max and sum. This is so fun. This is so cool. Hey friends, we now have fractional values in price for line items and quotes, line items and products. So check it out. Here I am generating a quote, and I'll just add a custom line item here, and this is the name of it. And down here, unit price, you used to be able to do 2 digits like you often do with currency, and that was the end. Anything after that would get cut off or rounded or something. But now we are okay with you having up to 6 digits in your price. So if you need that level of precision, that now exists. Hey friends, we've got a slew of updates to data sync inside of Operations Hub, a whole slew of them, so I'm gonna merge 4 of them into one video. So here we go. Here is the kind of overview page of, this is my Square sync, which is not currently turned on, but the thing I wanna highlight here is that your settings and your health used to be separated in different places, but now you can see on this, just this main page, we have in sync failing and excluded, and we have actions you can take. So that's all much more streamlined now. And then when you're setting up a sync, it used to be a 2-step process, and step 2 was pretty clearly mapping fields between the 2 apps. But step 1 was just kind of this conglomeration of everything else you needed to set up. Now we have this nice tidy 4-step process. So in number 1, you're configuring just the general, which direction is the data flowing, which one's the default, your field mappings here. In step 2, you can set some limits. Only sync contacts with email addresses, that sort of thing. This is a totally new feature. Create new contacts and update existing used to be your only option. Now, if you want to limit it to only update existing contacts, you can do that in both directions. And so you can decide if new records will be created or just existing ones will be synced, which is handy. Organized, you're not going to see a lot here. This is kind of an overview of associations and things. If you are using data sync with, for example, Microsoft Dynamics, where you need to decide how contact and lead objects get mapped inside of HubSpot, where we just have a contact object, that would be under here. And then the review page is just a general overview of everything you just set up to make sure it looks good before you turn it on. Hey friends, HubSpot has a few different options for two-factor authentication, and using the HubSpot mobile app as your authenticator has existed for a while now on iOS. But for those of us who use Android, it's now for us too. So check this out. Here I am inside my security settings, my personal security settings. And I can set up two-factor authentication right here. And if I click on this, you have a few options, but the HubSpot mobile app is right here. And we'll click that. And if you don't have it, you can scan this QR code. But if you do have it, actually, I just got a notification from it right here. So I'll just tap that. And now I'm getting this two-factor authentication screen. So I'll just continue. And I'll confirm that that's me. And now I'm all set up. And over here in the web app, this next button is now enabled, and I can click that, and I can download my verification codes. And now I am all set up, and the HubSpot mobile app will be my login method. Hey friends, yet another couple updates to the import experience inside of HubSpot. So check this out. Here I am importing a spreadsheet. I've already uploaded it and mapped it, and I have this number property I'm importing. If you are importing a number property, and only if your import includes a number property, you will see this new option on the final step of your import where you can choose the number format. It will default to United States because that's how our importer has always worked. And if you are already accommodating that, we don't want to mess up your normal flow. But if this is not how you format numbers with the commas and the periods, you can select your region and get it in the way that makes sense to you. And then your import will import properly. Awesome, great. The other thing I want to show you, if I cancel out of this, if we just go to an import, you can click on it. We have this new page here, right, where you can see what was imported and what happened. You've always had this option when you're importing to create a new static list of the contacts you're importing. Now, there's this option under this more to add to an existing static list. So if you have a static list you want your imported contacts to be added to, just under this more, drop down, select add to a list and select the list you want, and you can add them there. Oh, no words, friends, no words. Silent demo, just watch this. Here I am on the contacts page, just watch. What if you could just edit properties right from the index page? Well, starting today, you totally can. This is a beta that's now rolling out. Soon you will all have it. You will be able to edit properties for all of your objects right on the index page. Try it, live it, love it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, got a couple of new updates about workflows. So here I am on the workflows page. And under the create a workflow thing, we've now put the template experience here. So you can just go straight to creating from scratch, or you can go to this template library and check this out. I think this is so beautiful, the way they've laid this out. Look, you can look at just recently used templates if you've used some recently. You can filter them by your function. You can filter them by your objective. We have some featured ones up top, and for all of them, you can preview them, and it'll tell you what triggers and actions are included and what you'll need to prepare. It'll give you a really good sense of what you're getting into here. And so if I just use this template, for example, here it is, and we can review, and here are the things we need to set up and add. Awesome, great. So that's update number 1. Update number 2 is over here in the settings field. You can now get notifications. This is an enterprise feature, this part is. But if you have an enterprise tier of any hub, you can set up notifications for enrollment changes. So if the week over week enrollment rate increases or decreases by a certain percentage, which you can set here, you can choose which users or teams will get notified. And each user in their notification settings will need to opt into these notifications so they can receive them. But then you will get a really cool email. It looks something like this. Here's a screenshot that'll give you an idea of how enrollments are changing. Hey friends, today I want to tell you about presets, which is a new feature available to all of you who have professional or enterprise tiers of HubSpot. It'll help you with setting up your users as you add them. Check this out. So here I am on the users and teams page inside my settings. There's this new tab for presets. What is a preset, you might be wondering? Well, let's create a preset and find out. So you can set, you can assign users to this once you've created it, add users. And what it's gonna do for all those users is it's going to give them a specific home page. So by default, you come to your dashboards, but you can set the home page if you want them landing on their tasks or on deals or wherever. That's where all these users are gonna land. You can do a default dashboard. So if they do look at their dashboards, they land on a particular dashboard. You can choose their language and their date and number format. And the thing I expect you'll be most excited about, you can set their email signature. And this is so fun. Check it out. There are personalization tokens that pull from their user profile. So they set up their user profile. If you want to include first name, last name, email, phone number, their meeting link, their profile picture, you can add that all here. And if you want to get super fancy, you can even do HTML coding. So if you have specific branding things you want to pull in, you can just code it all here. And then you come over and you add users and they're all going to get that email signature pulling in personalization tokens from their profile. So cool. I know so many of you wanted this for so long and I'm so happy that it's out. Friends, you would think that posting a video every single business day to LinkedIn would be sufficient to keep up with HubSpot's development, but it's just not. I'm falling behind. I'm doing the best I can. So today, I'm gonna combine 5 minor updates together as sort of thematically related as CRM updates, right? I'm gonna give them all to you, so let's hop right in. Here I am on a contact record, and the first couple updates relate to scheduling a meeting. So you can schedule a meeting here. One thing you should be very excited about is we have added this location thing where you can add a phone number for people to call in, you can add an in-person address, you can do a custom thing, or if you have video conferencing, you can put that right here. You can now set a location and that will appear on the calendar invite. That's great. Also, you've had for a long time this ability to add attendees, but it used to just be contacts. You would see the contacts here. Now you can see users too. This is something you need to opt into, so go up to product updates and find it and opt in. But then if you want to, add another user, you can totally add other users. And you can also, if you want to add contacts, you can totally add contacts. So you can get everyone invited to this meeting on both sides. Great. So those are the 2 updates there. Just staying on this page, this ability to filter activities by users and teams, this did not exist on custom object records. It now does. Similarly, the search bar where you can search activities did not exist on custom object records, and now it does. So we're getting closer and closer to feature parity between custom object records and regular standard object records. And the last thing I want to show you, this is maybe the biggest one. I'm glad you stuck around for this. This is a big deal. We're gonna go over to users and teams, and I want to show you something that I imagine this has been a little thorn in the side for a lot of you. So you can come in and you can set permissions for different objects, right? But historically, contacts and companies were grouped together. You couldn't give people access to just companies or just contacts. They were a single line item for some reason, I don't know. But look, moving truck, contacts is now separate from companies, and companies now has its own line. You can now do permission for each object separately. I hope you love that. Hey US friends, I've got 3 great updates to payments, so let's hop right in. Here I am on a dashboard, and the first thing you should know is that there's a new payments dashboard. So if you click create dashboard, look for revenue. You want this gross payment revenue dashboard. Check out all the things we've got on here. Gross payment by current year, by quarter, by month, paying customers by month, gross payment revenue split into time. Look at all this great stuff. And I'm not going to show you the reports because I don't have any data in here, so they're just all empty. But if you are processing payments through HubSpot, you should absolutely be using this dashboard. We've created it for you. You should just add it. So that's update number 1. Number 2 concerns payment links. So if we go to our payments page here, see, I don't have any payments, but we go to manage payment links, we get taken towards the settings page. Let's just create a payment link real quick. Let's say, for example, you have a custom line item. You are a nonprofit. You want to collect donations. You don't want to tell people how much to pay. Well, you can now allow customers to set their own price. So if we save this, look what we can do. We can go next and give it a name and save. Look at the preview here. Now, this is the experience your customers will see. They can see they're paying a donation. They can say, I'm giving $10. They can say, I'm giving $100, $1,000. They can say, I'm paying $27. They can say whatever they want, and you can just process the payment. This is great if you're collecting donations, or if you're a service-based company and you want to collect partial payment. This gives you a lot of flexibility that way. The other thing you can now do, what if we edit this? What if it's not a donation? What if it's, I don't know, some other thing? And it has a set price, right, of $10. And we're going to allow customers to edit quantity. We've had this ability for a little while, but we'll save that. You can now add one-time discounts, right? Let's say this is your payment link for first-time customers. You could do a first-time customer discount of 10%, right? This is new. This is nice. And the thing that's really cool about this is when you get here, this would be for the entire order. If we had more than one line item here, this would just be applied to the whole thing. But look, even if I, as the buyer, am increasing my quantity here, this 10% discount is just being added. So that's 3 updates for you in payments. Hey friends, you can now set up a payment schedule inside of your quotes. So check this out. Here I am generating a quote. And if we just skip ahead to the line items bit, here we have a total of $60,000. This is kind of a lot of money. How about we turn on a payment schedule? And we could say payment number 1, you know, we're gonna want a down payment of $10,000, let's say. And we can add another payment, payment 2. Well, that worked well. Let's make this one another 10,000, right? We're gonna make this add up. It's warning me, my math is not good. So 10 and 10, and then we're gonna just hop straight to 40 because I don't want you to drag this out. But look, custom text or a specific date. We can just say, yep, that's due that day, and this one, that's gonna be due a month later. How about, yep, that day. That's a month later. And we can save this, and then this will be part of the quote. Hey friends, I've got a teeny tiny update that I just know is gonna make somebody out there jump for joy. So let's take a look. Here I am, I'm gonna create a view inside, this is the conversations inbox. What I'm really trying to draw your attention to though is this conversation property called source. So you wouldn't just access this if you were creating a view. You can also access it in workflows and in reporting, anywhere you might be looking at conversation source. And the thing that is new here is there is now forms. For whatever reason, conversations that had a source from forms were lumped in with the email. We've now separated those out. So now you can make views or workflows or reports based on source and have forms and email be separate. You can now edit your lifecycle stages! Check this out. So here I am on the contacts page. I'm just gonna hit this settings gear. It'll take me to my contact settings because it's a dynamic button, super helpful. We now have this lifecycle stages tab, and you can edit your lifecycle stages. You can change their names, you can reorder them, you can delete them if they're empty. Look, this one has 37 records in it, so I cannot delete it. We've got to move those first. We can add new stages if we want. You can customize this to actually match the way your business works. And look, you've got some other options here too. You can decide what lifecycle stage will be used when a contact or company is created. You can decide what lifecycle stage will be used when a deal is created. You can decide what lifecycle stage will be used if a deal is won. You can turn each of these off if you don't like them. You can make lifecycle stages sync. You can do a lot of things here, and that's not all. Look, if we go over to lead capture and look at forms, there's a new setting where for each form, you can decide what lifecycle status it'll use. And so, by default, we're using lead here, but maybe this particular form, it's a request contact from sales form, and we want to make them an opportunity or a qualified lead or something. You can do that. This is now out. You have it, and I want you to love it. Now, this is not an uncontroversial change. Some of you out there I know are worried. that this is the one. HubSpot has gone too far, and now people are going to destroy their HubSpot accounts with nonsensical lifecycle stages. But let me just reassure you, as a person who has shared that worry, that we're not seeing that. We have been gradually rolling this out for a year now. We've been taking a very careful approach, and the vast majority of customers who have used this feature have used it to either change the names of stages, or to add maybe one stage, or to remove like the other stage, because who even uses that? And we've also seen historically, like using our best judgment trying to measure this, something crazy like 40% of HubSpot portals had some sort of custom property doing lifecycle stage sorts of things. We were clearly not supporting your needs as our customers. And so now we've given you this ability. And I encourage you, don't go crazy, don't do anything wild with this. But if the names don't make sense to your team, if you have an internal lingo that doesn't match with the lingo there, by all means update them. If you don't need that other stage or that evangelist stage, get rid of it. If there's one lifecycle stage it would just mean the world to you to add it, put it in there. You now can. This is now live. I want you to check it out. I want you to be brave but cautious, all right? Hey friends, our social publishing tool now supports Instagram carousel posts, and it's so easy to do. Even I can do it. I'm not even on Instagram. So look, here we are in the social area, and we're creating a social post. And if you just select an Instagram account, then what you get here, where you add media, you can now insert up to 10 images, right? So we'll do that one, and we'll do this one, and we'll do this one, and that's enough for now, probably. But you can just keep going, up to 10. Here's a pizza or something. And then you have a carousel post, and you can publish it now, or you can publish it later, whatever you want to do. This is now in that new social composing full screen experience. So if you're opted into that, you get this for free. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, the format data workflow action inside Operations Hub Professional just keeps getting cooler and cooler. We now have a preview, so check this out. Look, here I am creating a formatting data is fun to do workflow, and I'm just gonna grab my format data action here. And we're gonna go to custom mode. And giving credit where credit is due, Max Cohen invented this really cool way to take the information from different address properties and combine them together into a Google Maps clickable link thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a join formula, which takes multiple values and puts them together, multiple strings, and joins them with a thing. And the thing in this case is going to be a plus sign because that's what Google Maps uses. And then we're going to add this string here, which is just google.com/map/place, which is what it wants. And then we need to add our different, like we need an address, street address is gonna go here. And we're gonna want a city and a state or region, and country. And we can put them together, and that, we think, probably gonna put out what we want. But look, we get this sample output here, and what's really fun is we can put sample values in here. So if we want like 25 First Street is HubSpot, headquarters in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and 021, I don't even know, something like that. 02114. Yeah, then we'll just pretend that's it. Look, it would output that. And then we could totally go copy this and see if it actually works, except that's not the real zip code, so I won't. Friends, you can now download your quotes as a PDF. Check it out. Here I am on a deal record, and here's a quote I have published. And if I just go to this actions menu, I can download it as a PDF. And there it is. Or if we go over to quotes, and we see our whole list of quotes here it is again, we can download it there. Same thing. Or, if we come over here, we can download it right there. How about that? Hey friends, if you embed videos on your website using either HubSpot's native video tools or any of the video hosting tools we have integrations with, you can now create lists and workflows using media interactions as your filtering criteria. So check this out. Here I am creating a list, and if I add a filter, this is a contact list. So I'm just gonna come down to marketing interactions, and there are media interactions. And we have media play. And so you can select a certain piece of media. This is not super interesting in mine. Apparently I have a thing called cool. So we could just look at people who have pressed play on cool, and either one, we can do it happen before or after a certain time frame. Hey friends, cool little update to the meetings tool. You can now clone your scheduling pages. So check this out. Here I am on my meetings pages. And if we want to clone this office visit one, we just go to actions and we click clone. And we can give it a new name, right? Maybe, whatever. We'll just leave it. And we can choose the link, change those things, choose who the organizer is, and just save. And now, there it is. That's done. So if you are in the habit of making multiple meeting links, which is awesome, this is going to make it a lot easier for you if they're all fairly similar. It's now live. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions.